Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna do this blog. I don't know how long I'm gonna be talking for, but the reason why is because it's easier for me to explain rather than having to go and type everything out like I usually do. And what happens is I type real fast because I type ASDFJKL semicolon, but for some reason, like the keypad is weird because it will highlight a paragraph, and delete it, and it's very irritating. Okay, so more things that are irritating is I just gotta say this, not because I want to complain online about my job. Well, I do kind of. Because later in life I'm gonna look back at it and think about how minute it was at the time. But now, because I'm working there, it's really annoying. I just put on some hand sanitizer. I made some tea. Um, I'll show you the tea. I made green tea. Just kidding. That's what people do. Okay, green tea with mango. I haven't tried it yet. I'm about to. And I put this hand sanitizer on. It's Bath and Body Works Barnyard Berries, and it smells very good. Mmm. All right, so let's start off. So I've been working at this place, and I haven't really talked about it or blogged about it or whatever. And first of all, I want to say I'm not wearing any makeup, and my hair is weird because I had it in a ponytail all day, and I took it down so it's dented weird. So I just want to apologize about that. So, um, I was working at this place for probably 4 months now, and it's okay. I mean, it's a job, right? I mean, it's not bad, but the thing is, when you work somewhere where somebody just irritates you, especially if it's your team leader or supervisor, then it really makes work miserable. Okay, so when I first started, well, basically, I work at a phone company, all right, and the phone, or we make all different kinds of products, and there's different departments, so you don't always have to be in the same department, but lately they've been putting me in my team leader's department, Tammy's, for cold keepers. And the reason why it's called, well, first let me tell you, they have other departments such as glue, which I was there for a while, but then they stopped really putting me there. But I like that because you're playing with glue, and the glue is pink. It's a weird gummy type of glue. So by the time you're done with your, we work 2 hours and we get a break. So when you're on your break, it's really cool because you go like this and you peel it, and it's just like this big thick layer of glue comes off. That's what I like. Or there's other departments too. But anyways, so I've been doing cold keepers a lot, and basically it's like, okay, it's called cold keepers because the foam we make is shaped weird. Like, if I had a drawing, I would draw, but I'm not gonna look for it. It's kind of like, looks like a cross. It goes like this. The top goes like that, then the little section in the middle, and then that, and then it goes like that, and then the top again. I don't know. But what you do, we have bags, and that's like silver bags, and they're different sizes, or M&M. We have M&M bags, which has M&Ms on it, and it says mims.com, which is myMMs.com. But I always read it as mims. But anyway, so we take the foam, and the way the bag is, it's like the section on the other side, like goes up like that, like a clam. I don't know. But and then the opening that we have is on the other side. So we take one piece of the foam, put it above it on the top layer, and then and then we have to flip it because there's like a layer that separates, between. So when we flip it, when we fold it and put the top part of the foam into the the layer, there's a separation. So, mm, like, and then we seal it in the sealer because we seal the opening part, and what they do is they open the part that I said flap or like that. You put the box in, like of M&Ms or medical, whatever it is, and then you take the tape and they tape it, and then that's how that keeps it cold. So that's why it's called cold keepers. All right, and with this process, okay, there's a couple steps. There's step 1 and step 2, and we just got a conveyor belt because we used to fill up bins, and the sealer would have to take a bin maybe filled with 11, bags, and they would seal it. And then the one who puts the foam in first is step one, and they flip it, and then step two is the one that folds it. But now that we have the conveyor belt, we don't need the bins. We just do step one and step two at the same time and put it on the conveyor belt, and then it goes down the conveyor belt to the sealer, and then the sealer seals it. And then they had the boxers, the ones that box it up, and you do that, and you you box it in a certain way. And me particularly, I don't really mind doing all the things. Like I mean, I like boxing because I'm okay. The way I work is very efficient, and you know, like I like to work quickly, and I like to make sure everything is going properly. I don't dilly dally or nothing like that. I'm very precise, and the way I see things is the most effective way to get done. And it really annoys me when there's other people who really don't have any comprehension or concept of what exactly we're doing, and they just do things without seeing the full picture, because there's a lot of people that started, they'll just do step one, and they don't see that a big, this is what before the conveyor belt, they don't see that a big stack of their step one, because step two person might be kind of slow, and rather than seeing that it's getting bigger and bigger, they just keep piling it on. And what I used to do is stop and make a bin and then even it out, just so it could be an even flow, like the Pearl Jam song. But some people just don't grasp this. And then, okay, and then it's like, just they just do things so annoyingly. I get annoyed very easily, believe it or not. I know I'm annoying, but when people don't, know the best way to do things, it's very irritating. And our team leader, she she really is not a good team leader. Well, she isn't. I mean, I would tell the supervisor, the main one, above her and above, I would make suggestions, and in fact I had, because Tammy has told on me quite a few times, and I had to tell the main supervisor, Chris, and then I told her what the deal was, and she actually understands where I'm coming from, because I'm not trying to be like, just complaining. But for instance, now that we have the conveyor belt, so Tammy, she doesn't really help. She stocks all our stuff, because we have the foam like piled up next to us, and we have our little desk where we have our area working space, and then the conveyor belt's either to the left or the right, depending on where we are. So, I don't mind working and all that, but all right, it's a constant moving. When you're doing step one and step two at the same time, you put the thing, and then you flip it, and then so anyways, that's fine. When I first started working there, that's all they had me doing. Tammy didn't train me doing anything else like sealing. It took me probably maybe a little over a month to start doing sealing, and I've always wanted to, I just never said anything. Okay, so keep that in mind. And so today, all right, you know what, those times where I got so irritated with her that I just wanted to leave, because she says, tell me to get the bags, when I think it'd be perfectly, like, if I take a couple seconds to get my own bags rather than waiting for her. I'll explain more into that later. But there's so many times that she just annoyed me, and I'm just like, I can't work like this. I can't work with, a supervisor or a team leader or somebody, like, just treating us like we're kids or babies that we don't know. And anyone that's like under her, she'll treat like we're kids, and it's really annoying. It's like, because the one supervisor, our team leader that we had there, she was really cool, and it was easy to work with her, and there's no problem, and she listens to us. But Tammy's just like, she's just very annoying, because she's always acting like what's the word I said? That we're, I can't think of it. That we're not able to, incomprehensive. I don't know. I can't think of it right now. But so today, so I actually gave my 2 weeks notice because, for one, I don't want to be staying at this factory forever. I mean, it's a good job, and if I worked in any other department that was around her, it wouldn't be as bad. But I'm always in her department. It's like I started, and there's people that started after me that are working in different departments where they don't have team leaders. But I'm always stuck with the team leader and Tammy. To mm, no, that's just. I'm sorry, but that's I can't work with her just because she just does things really, you know, weird. Like they just don't make sense. I'll explain that in a bit. I'm not gonna drink my tea. It's probably still hot. See, when it turns white, it means it's hot. Let me try it. Mm. Oh, that's really good. It used to say something else, but when it gets hot, it said peace of mind. That's what I need. So I'm looking at the time and I realize I'm speaking well over 10 minutes. But like I said, it's for me to look back later on and see how minute all of this was to me. But it's fun to do so, I guess. And I'm not really worried about the people at the place. I'm not gonna try to give names of where I work, but I'm not really worried about them finding this. And if so, that's kind of weird. But hey, that's just the way I felt when I was working there. So, yeah, so today, right? Okay, so I gave my 2 weeks notice, and I noticed yesterday all day she had me doing step 1 and step 2. I call them the steps now. Like that's what I put on my paper, steps. I don't know. And she didn't, I tried to seal like coming back from break because I was the first one back and there was no bags in the bin to box. So I took it upon myself to start sealing so that there would be bags so we could start boxing and get this job on the go, whatever. And she sees me on there, she's like, "No, you're gonna stuff Allison and Alice." This mother. I'm not gonna talk about people, but their stories. It's just a silly job. I mean, I only have one more week. But anyways, she said she wanted me to stuff. That's what she calls it, stuffing. So I went back to the little area where I'm at, and I just did that. And all day yesterday, I did that. I mean, we went to automatic, which is another department, for a little bit. I have a story about that, but should I say it? When she had me stacking, she told me she didn't really tell me, and like it was quickly, and like I didn't get a chance to get my like, my thing going where I know like what I'm doing and just get into that mode where I do things. And like I said, I'm not sloppy. I hate being sloppy. I like being very precise. That's just how I am. I'm very quick and efficient, and I like to show that I'm motivated. I get annoyed at the people who aren't. That's how I am. I mean, but for some reason, people and supervisors and stuff like that, like my last job. Well, not my last job, but I mean, I'm a good worker. Just I get annoyed and like I'm. So, well, I did that all day, and my hand. I was going like this from like putting the foam in the bags, and just doing this constantly, like foam. Okay, so that's fine. But when I first started working, and that's what they made me do all the time, I I woke up like on the weekend, and my arm was. It felt like there was like a big like a rope tied around my arm, and like it stopped the circulation in my arm, and like I felt like pins and needles. And I asked, people said that that's like carpal tunnel syndrome. So I really am not trying to get carpal tunnel syndrome. Okay, so all day today, she had me doing those steps, and I said, I wanted to go on do sealing so I can get a break from that after lunch, and she said, no, you're gonna stop, and she made Shanice, she didn't even want to seal. She said I could, but she's like, you're gonna stop, like, and she scolded me basically, like she made me feel like a child, like, no, I'm telling you, you have to stop, and I'm just like. I mean, I don't need to be felt scolded like I'm a child at my work. I really don't. And that's what gets me really upset. Like, why would you want to work somewhere like that? I worked at enough places that made me feel like that, and I'm sick of it, you know? And I'm like, my arm really hurts, and I don't want carpal tunnel syndrome. Like, I don't want to wake up with pins and needles, and it's just like, okay, I guess the temp left because her ankles hurt. I told Tammy, I was like, I just don't want to get carpal tunnel, because I don't care if I guess nitpick, like, maybe sometimes I get annoyed at her because, like I said, okay, since we got the conveyor belts, it goes much faster, right? So we don't have to worry about little pauses because we're doing well over our limit per day. So in that case, why can't we get our own bags? It only takes a couple seconds to go and get our own bags when we run out to fill ourselves up or to get the foam and restack some foam. I mean, I understand like she can help out, you know, Tammy, but she basically like yells, like makes, like I try to get on the table behind us a bunch of um bags, and I was gonna go reach behind and get them, but I saw Tammy took that pile of bags and gave it to the temp, the new lady that was there today that left. And right when that was right when I was gonna get when I was running out of the bags. So she comes back and sees I had one, and she's like, "Let me tell you something. When you get out of bags, let me know." And I'm like, I was about to get that pile on the table, you know, to use because there was a pile on the table. I was just gonna reach back and get it. And then she's like, just giving me like that kind of attitude nonsense. And I say that, and it sounds like I'm talking back, like I'm a child that's talking back. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was very annoying and made me feel like a child again. And then, so we had to, it's like we have to raise our hand and be like, "Can you get me some bags now? I'm out of bags." And I'm sorry, but like that doesn't make sense because sometimes she helps. So if she's helping, there's three people. There's usually three or four. There's four spots that, you know, around the conveyor belt. Okay, two up front and two in the back, and then the sealer's up front. So usually there's three people, but sometimes she helps. There's just four people. So if I go to get bags for myself, there'll still be three people there, and there'll still be more than enough bags for sealer. So she says, "No, tell me when you need bags." So what? So I have to tell her, and then she goes and she walks and she gets it, and then she walks all around stacking. You know, when the job, what I like to do is when I box because I get to walk around and do something different, not always stand there and do this. I can't do that. I'm sorry. You know, or I actually wish that I don't have to work with her because I'm fine if I don't work with her. And yeah, like I actually wouldn't mind having a job working by myself because I am a good worker. I don't need somebody making it seem like I'm not. Anyways, so that, and then today, like, so I told her about the carpal tunnel, so she walks over to Christy, who's the supervisor, and like all of a sudden she comes back. She's like, "Lori," she's like, "Lori, Christy wants to talk to you." She said it like that, and I'm like, whatever. Like, you know, I mean, I'll explain to her like I don't want to get carpal tunnel. My arm hurts from doing the same thing all day. And Christy didn't even come back. It was the other team leader person I used to, you know, she came back, and I said that my arm hurts from doing this. Like it really did, like right at the hinge. I can't do that like all day. And and I don't think it's fair because Christy said, well, we need other people to do training since you're leaving next week. We need to train other people. But the thing is, how they're trained, they know what they're doing. And Shanice was been trained; she's been working there for a while. So why couldn't I seal? Why did she make her seal? I don't think it's fair that because I'm leaving next week, I have to be stuck doing that. I mean, okay, she's a bad team leader. If I was a team leader, I would do a rotation where everybody gets to per break, you know, you get to do one thing and then you rotate. So everybody gets to do something different and it breaks up the day and it just gets everybody trained on every single thing. Why have one person do the same thing all day? And then when they tell you like your arm hurts, act like you did something horrible by asking, you know. So then she went and told on me. But then when I came back, I explained to, you know, to them that I just can't do it. So they moved me to another department. You know, just doesn't make sense. Like how some people, uh, I don't know. I think I would be a good team leader because I know like how to run things and I know how to make sure things are running properly and effectively. And I'd pay attention to things because the one girl that just started, she takes the bags and squeezes them so all the air comes out. You don't need to do that. The bags are slippery so they can all go in and they all fit in the box. Okay, maybe some you need to take the air out, but not really. And I know how to box really fast. Like I do it and after I'm done boxing, I tape it so it's over so I don't have to worry about it. And then I go and I put it in the spot where I'm supposed to. Most of the people there, they don't tape it right away. They just get to the next box, and then they have 5 boxes that they need to tape. And like Tammy doesn't even realize like it's slowing things down, and her blowing out, like taking out the air, that slows things down too. And just like people just baffle me. Like I know I seem like kind of like weird, but I know how to do things and get them done in a timely manner. That's all I'm saying. And I know how to treat people fairly. I think I would be a good team leader or supervisor because like I know how to explain things in a good way, and you know I'm a very easygoing person. But I really am glad that next week is my last um, day there. I mean I don't mean to complain. Like yeah, we get in conversations when we chit chat, or we not chit chat, but we talk about stuff, but it's so darn annoying. So I can't believe I just spent 22 minutes saying all that, but I feel better now. Okay, so now I'm with my tea. It's 8:42. That means I have to go to take a shower and go to sleep and wake up at 5:45 again to see what happens tomorrow. And then I have to work a full day on Saturday. And I really want to go to Parafest, which is paranormal convention, which is going to be at the Sands, and like all kinds of like people in movies and TV shows, like The Walking Dead for one, and it's like the horror fest that's at the thing. I wanted to go to that, but if I have to work a full day on Saturday, and then I'm gonna be so tired. Plus, I don't have anyone who I don't know. But who knows? Like I need a job that I like, that I feel, uh, you know, you know, that I feel accomplished by, and that I don't feel like these people are treating me unfairly. So that's my little rant. Wow. All right. Bye bye.